A girl and a boy whose bodies change during a strange event, but this happens in different timelines. The two are not used to their new bodies and look at private parts until sad things happen. Stay with me until the end. Hello guys, welcome to the Animo Time channel. For today's video, we are going to look at an anime called Your Name, a product of 2016, which has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 98% and an IMDb of 8.4. A well-crafted and fascinating story that made me cry when I saw it. Do not forget to like and subscribe to support me. The film begins with a girl named Mitsuha, who is tired of living in Itomori and shouts that I am tired of this life, please turn me into an attractive boy in Tokyo. Now we see a boy named Taki, who is the same attractive boy in Tokyo. Mitsuha's prayer is answered very quickly, and Mitsuha's body is replaced by Taki's body. Taki and Mitsuha live in different cities and different timelines. Taki lives in 2016, and opposite Mitsuha in 2013. These two don't know anything about each other's life, and at first they think that they are dreaming. Their strange behavior with their new bodies surprises those around them. Now let's take a look at Mitsuha's life. The town of Itomori, where Mitsuha lives, has a lake that was created 1,200 years ago by a large comet, but unfortunately this is going to happen again. Mitsuha's mother dies, causing her father to leave them. Mitsuha and her sister live with their grandmother. Mitsuha's father is appointed mayor of Itomori. Mitsuha and her sister teach people how to make kuchi kamizaki, that is their tradition. In the continuation of the story, this ceremony creates an important event that we will deal with. Well, back to the present, where the bodies of the two have changed. When Mitsuha is in Taki's body, he receives a message realizing that Taki is working in a restaurant and he's too late. Since Mitsuha has no experience working in a restaurant, she makes mistakes while working there. One of the customers who is not satisfied with Mitsuha argues with him that his friend named Okudera comes to his aid and calms the customer. That customer is so stupid that he tore Okudera clothes with a sharp knife. Mitsuha finds out about this, she offers Okudera to come and fix her clothes. After Mitsuha repairs her colleague's clothes beautifully, the girl falls in love with his skills. The next day comes, and Taki woke up on his own body. When he goes to work, his colleagues ask about his relationship with Okudera, but Taki doesn't know any of this. Now, Taki and Mitsuha realized that they were not sleeping, and this was a real body change. These body changes occur randomly, and occur almost twice a week. When Taki wakes up, sometimes he's in his own body and sometimes in Mitsuha's body. They realize that by writing on paper or on their body, they can communicate with each other. They set rules for each other that they must follow when their bodies change. Mitsuha says, "You have nothing to do with private parts of my body, and you should not look at them or even take a bath." Taki also says that you should not spend my money on cakes and food, because I don't have lots of money and I work a lot. On the other hand, because they too are young, they can't control themselves, Taki makes Mitsuha popular at school, and the boys fall in love with her. On the other hand, Mitsuha flirts with Taki's colleague, Okudera, and she becomes interested in Taki. They both get angry at each other for breaking the rules. When Mitsuha returns to her body, her friends and sister tell her how strange she's sometimes. Sometime later, Mitsuha decides to find Taki, but what she doesn't know is that the two are in different timelines. Mitsuha accidentally sees Taki in the subway, but since these two are in different timelines, Taki doesn't recognize her. At the last moment, Mitsuha gives her ribbon to Taki and tells him her name, which makes their bond stronger. In a way that when these two are in the same place, they feel each other's presence. Mitsuha returns home and a festival is scheduled to take place in the town. During the festival, a comet reappears in the sky and heads straight for the city, killing all the people in the city, including Mitsuha. This change of bodies stops when Mitsuha dies in its own time. But Taki really wants to find her. He gathers his friend and paints a picture of a city that he saw when he was in Mitsuha's body. Taki finally manages to find the city where Mitsuha lived. When he reaches the city, he sees that everything has been destroyed and no one is alive. This makes Taki very sad. When he looks at his phone, he sees that all the Mitsuha messages have been deleted and all traces of her existence have been lost, and now he only has the Mitsuha ribbon. Taki investigates what happened to the city and learns everything about it. Taki remembers the last day he was in Mitsuha's body. They went to visit a temple, and what was in that temple is related to the Mitsuha family heritage. Taki continues to wander through the ruins of the city until he manages to find the temple. He sees trail paintings in the temple. Then Taki finds the same kuchi kamizaki that Mitsuha made in the temple and eats it. I think if Taki knew Mitsuha made it with her saliva, he wouldn't eat it at all. Taki sees Mitsuha all past by eating kuchi. He sees that Mitsuha's mother dies and his father leaves her. Suddenly Taki wakes up in Mitsuha's body. It turns out that Kuchi Kamizaki has a part of Mitsuha's soul with it, and Taki, by eating it, causes these two bodies to change again. But the Mitsuha's grandmother realizes these body changing. She tells Taki in Mitsuha's body that this spiritual power was also from our ancestors and was passed on from them to the next generations. Taki goes to see Mitsuha's father so he can evacuate the city. Although her father has been away from the family traditions for a long time, he still realizes that she is not his own daughter and something is different. Taki goes to see Mitsuha's friends and tells them what is going to happen. They plan to plant a bomb at the festival site to scare people. They then sound the town siren, but it doesn't convince people enough to evacuate the town. Taki thinks that he must return Mitsuha to his body so that she can save the city. He goes to the top of the mountain, and at twilight the two return to their bodies. The two timelines merge and finally Taki and Mitsuha manage to see each other. Taki returns the ribbon that Mitsuha gave him, which makes the connection between them weaker. They try to write each other's names in their hands, but the twilight ends and their connection is severed. Taki is now in his own body, and it's his timeline. Mitsuha is also in her own body, and the comet is taking place. Mitsuha goes to see her father so she can convince him to evacuate the town. When Mitsuha arrives in the city, she tries to remember the person she contacted, because in fact these two are forgetting each other, and everything that has happened is being erased from their minds. Mitsuha falls to the ground, and when she opens her hand, she sees the palm of her hand written, "I love you." She doesn't remember who wrote this in her hand or how this writing came to her at all, but it causes her to gather her power again and runs towards the town. Mitsuha manages to reach his father's office and evacuate the town just before the comet hits the town, and all the people are saved. Now that Mitsuha is not dead, the timelines of the two become one, but because Taki returns the Mitsuha ribbon to her, they don't remember anything from each other. In a way, all the days that caused these events have disappeared. This is all Taki's fault. If he had not returned the ribbon, their connection wouldn't have been weakened. But the two have not forgotten each other forever. 12 years have passed since those events, but they both know that something or someone is missing from them. Taki graduated from university and is looking for a job. When he is on a train, another train suddenly passes by, and Taki and Mitsuha see each other through the window. They don't know how, but they know for a fact that they know each other. They get off the train and look for each other, who finally manage to see each other and introduce themselves, and the movie ends here. Thank you for being with me until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support me. I suggest you don't miss these videos.